In recent days, the political landscape has been buzzing with debates and power plays following the breakdown of a crucial bipartisan spending deal. At the center of this chaos stands none other than Elon Musk, who, in the eyes of many, has seemingly positioned himself as the de facto leader of the Republican Party. This has sparked a firestorm of reactions, particularly from former President Donald Trump, who appears livid over the growing perception that Musk is now the one calling the shots in Washington. This shift in the balance of power has sent shockwaves through the political elite, revealing deep frustrations, particularly from Trump and his camp. With the fallout from the failure of the Continuing Resolution (CR), which would have ensured government funding, the blame game has begun. The most striking aspect of this entire situation is how Republicans, traditionally aligned with Trump, have increasingly turned to Musk for guidance, especially as he publicly criticized the CR and its implications. This, combined with the mounting speculation over Musk's influence on the GOP, has left Trump struggling to assert his dominance. The fallout of the Continuing Resolution. The breakdown of the bipartisan spending agreement earlier this week is the main catalyst for the recent political drama. After Elon Musk weighed in heavily on the issue, expressing his dissatisfaction with the proposed continuing resolution, Democrats seized the opportunity to make their own political points. On social media and mainstream outlets, Democrats had a field day, suggesting that Musk, with his high-profile social media presence and influence over Republican discourse, had essentially become the true leader of the GOP. The insinuation was clear. Trump may have been the official head of the party, but Musk was now the real power broker. This shift has not sat well with Trump, who is notoriously sensitive about his position and his image as a powerful political figure. Throughout his career, Trump has worked tirelessly to maintain the spotlight and assert his authority. The notion that someone like Musk, an outsider, a billionaire tech mogul, and the owner of a social media platform, could overshadow him is anathema to Trump's political identity. Trump's response to the growing influence of Musk. As the news cycle continued, with Musk's tweets resonating more widely and impacting Republican sentiment, it became increasingly evident that Trump was not pleased with how events were unfolding. In response to the mounting narrative that Musk had supplanted him as the true leader of the Republican Party, Trump's spokesperson, Karoline Leavitt, issued a statement on Thursday aimed squarely at quelling any doubts about Trump's authority within the party. Leavitt's statement served as an attempt to remind both Republicans and the public that Trump remained firmly in charge. She declared, "President Trump is the leader of the Republican Party, full stop." This message was clear. Trump wanted to make sure everyone understood that despite the emerging narrative, he was still the one who wielded the most power in the GOP. But the timing of the statement was crucial and perhaps telling. By the time Leavitt made this announcement, the damage had already been done. The narrative of Musk's influence had taken root, and Trump's efforts to reclaim the spotlight now seemed like a desperate attempt to regain control. There's an old political adage that says, perception is reality. The problem for Trump, however, is that in this case, the reality is that many within the Republican Party are listening more to Musk than to Trump. The tech mogul's commentary on the CR, in particular, resonated loudly with Republicans, many of whom have increasingly gravitated toward him as a political force in recent months. While Trump may have come out with his statement later to position himself as the true leader, the fact remains that it was Musk's early intervention on the issue that shaped the discourse among conservatives. A political strategy gone awry? In a further reflection of the power dynamics at play, it's worth noting that Trump's late-stage intervention in the continuing resolution matter was not a sign of leadership, but rather a reaction to the overwhelming influence Musk had garnered. Musk had criticized the CR publicly and vocally long before Trump made any statements, with some reports noting that Musk had tweeted his discontent over 70 times regarding the deal. Trump's statement, on the other hand, came only after it became clear that the CR was doomed to fail. In many ways, this mirrors what we've seen time and time again in Trump's political career, an attempt to claim credit for something after the fact. It's as if Trump is waiting for the outcome to be sealed before chiming in, ensuring that he can align himself with the prevailing sentiment. While this might play well in the world of reality TV and marketing, it doesn't reflect true leadership. True leaders are those who guide their followers through tough situations, not those who merely wait for the dust to settle before claiming victory. Moreover, Trump's move to reassert his leadership in the aftermath of Musk's influence comes across as not just an attempt to salvage his reputation, but also a sign of weakness. When you are the leader of a party, there should be no need to continuously remind others of your position. Leadership is about respect, and true respect comes from actions, not from having to state over and over again that you are in charge. The perils of blaming Musk. Another troubling aspect of this political drama is the decision by Trump's camp to insist that he was the one who ultimately determined the fate of the continuing resolution. This has created a political bind for the GOP. While the administration and its allies may have tried to project the idea that Trump was steering the ship, the reality is that they now find themselves in a situation where they cannot easily blame Musk for the failure of the CR, despite his early and vocal opposition to it. By attempting to take credit for the resolution's demise, Trump has boxed himself in. If things continue to spiral downward, it will be difficult for him and his supporters to avoid the political fallout. The Republican Party may eventually want to distance itself from the Musk-driven narrative, but having already endorsed Trump as the true leader, they are now in the precarious position of being unable to backtrack without undermining their own credibility. It's a classic case of political miscalculation. By making Musk's role in the collapse of the CR a focal point of Trump's leadership, Republicans risk alienating a powerful ally who could have been used as a scapegoat down the line. Now that the GOP has endorsed Trump's position as the leader, the blame will inevitably fall on him, and his party may be left with little room to maneuver if things go awry. The future of the Republican Party. Trump versus Musk. As we look ahead, the question on everyone's mind is, what does the future hold for the Republican Party? Is it Trump's show, as he insists, or is Musk the rising star that will reshape the party's identity? The answer is not so simple. Trump has long been the face of the Republican Party, but his grip on the party seems to be loosening. Many Republicans, especially younger conservatives and those who follow the populist trends of the party, have increasingly looked to figures like Musk for leadership. Musk's ability to transcend traditional politics and connect with a new generation of voters could make him an influential force within the GOP, even if he is not an official political candidate. Musk's appeal lies in his status as an outsider, a disruptor who does not play by the same political rules that have governed Washington for decades. He represents a break from the establishment, and for many conservatives, that is a powerful draw. Meanwhile, Trump, who thrives on his outsider status as well, finds himself competing with Musk for attention, influence, and control of the party's direction. Ultimately, the GOP faces a choice. Will it continue to follow Trump, the established political force with his undeniable influence over the party's traditional base? Or will it pivot toward Musk, who offers a fresh, unconventional approach to politics? The battle between Donald Trump and Elon Musk for political dominance is far from over. With Trump's repeated attempts to reassert his leadership and Musk's growing influence over the GOP, the Republican Party finds itself at a crossroads. What happens next will shape not only the future of the party, but also the political landscape for years to come. Whether Trump can regain the spotlight or whether Musk will continue to rise as the true power behind the Republican Party remains to be seen.